Welcome back, people, to the relationship vlog. What do we got? Number 5. This one gonna be called Pity the Fool. Um, yeah, I just wanted to hop on today and talk about love and how pity is it'll find its way into a lot of relationships. There's a lot of people with open hearts out there in the world. There's a lot of people with closed hearts out there in the world, right? And that these two people find each other. I'm gonna just say that straight out, right? It's not based on actual connection. I was thinking about that word pity. I was really thinking about that word pity today because personally, I can't stand pity. I appreciate pity when it's according to the state of my life, but not when you pity me directly. That just doesn't work. But I looked up the word pity, right? And it seems to be a mixture of sadness and compassion. When I think of sadness, I think of disappointment. When I think of compassion, I think of being able to relate an idea, a consistent idea through time that just permeates every situation. So, right? So there's that. And I think a lot of relationships fall into this pattern of pity, and then that is what we call love, right? The feeling of wanting to help somebody, to restore somebody, to recover somebody, to be there for somebody, and calling that love. Wow, it's an admirable goal. It is just it's not something that sustains relationships long enough at all to survive at all. And even if it does survive, you have to find ways to pity someone, because if pity is the foundation of a relationship, you have to keep finding ways to pity someone, right? So if they're recovering, you'll see that they're recovering, you see, right? You won't be able to be sad for somebody that's strong. You won't be able to be compassionate for somebody that isn't dwelling in their pain and their past, right? So a lot of people have this this pity of love instead of empathy of love. And there's a huge divide of difference here, man. Because relationships built on pity have reliance built into them, and that is, you know what? Let me exchange the word reliance with codependency. A lot of relationships that have pity involved have a large amount of codependency with them. I would say it's safe to say that with codependency and pity in a relationship, either one or two people are creating situations in which that relationship is cycled in with that kind of pain. Some kind of pain is being created. Some kind of sadness is being dwelt on. Is being consistently thought about and ruminated on, right? How bad the world is, how sad the world is, how 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 dangerous um, that event was, and just how scared we are. The way things begin is the way that it ends. We've heard these words, we've heard that phrase before. A relationship that is founded on pity, on sadness, on the lack of, without any conscious choice to sustain the relationship based off of values that you possess, will fall flat always. Always. It's going to fall flat in a way that that's going to be the end. That's going to be the revelation of the genesis of that kind of relationship. People might not know this, people might not care, right? Because when you have your values set to wanting relationships and considering that you have a lack of, relationships in your life, of connection, of love, of what you might call love, you won't care. You'll go straight for it just to have what you want, just to reproduce the kind of relationship you want to see in your life, just to reproduce the kind of life that you want to live, the kind of experiences that you want to have in your life. This really makes it hard for people. This really makes it hard to enjoy your life. As you can see, the web goes wide. The the effects are pretty dangerous. They're pretty critical. And it all just stems from not being conscious of the choices that we're making, or rather being conscious of the choices that we want to make in the lack that we see in our lives. If you choose from a place of lack, you're going to be empty, even when you have the thing that you want. We need to be conscious. We need to be careful. We need to not pity the people that we have in our relationships. We need to not have pity as a foundation for our relationships. What does pity mean to you? Pity the fool, right? It's just so sad. I, they just can't help themselves. Can't you see how helpless they are? I tell you, it just leaves a lot of space for a lot of mess in life that really, really does not need to be there. And then when you come out of the relationship, what are we doing? We're not learning. We're not deconstructing our experience. We're not taking account of what's going on. We're just moving from one danger to the next. So don't pity the fool in your relationships. Have some empathy for the person that you love. That's a world of a difference. Zay out.